Jose Mourinho must move on and prove to us he's still a top-class boss. It was painfully clear what Jose Mourinho was saying when he claimed on Friday night he's not a manager anymore, and clear where his anger was directed. Yet in many ways, I believe this season will now go a long way to showing precisely how good a manager he is. Or otherwise. I've been around the game long enough to understand what's going on at Old Trafford. Mourinho desperately wanted an instant transfer window fix this summer because City winning the title has put his position under pressure. You can't blame him for that. His job is on the line, so he'll do everything he can to get the players he thinks he needs to save it, even if that means slagging off just about every section of his current squad. Yet at the same time, if I'm taking a view on the situation, then I have to side with the United board, because I think it's actually quite refreshing that a club of their size and stature are making a stand and not being held to ransom in the market. They are not being held to ransom by their manager either. My reading of the situation is Ed Woodward, or the owners, have quietly briefed that they won't be doing short-term fixes anymore, like the frankly ridiculous spending on Alexis Sanchez. What did he cost? Around £100 million all in. For a guy they didn't need and who has no real sell-on value. You can't sustain that sort of thing, especially when you look around at the sort of policies your immediate rivals are pursuing. I said in these columns last week that the most intimidating thing about City to their rivals is the age of their squad and the profile of their spending. They have so many players 24 or under, and they have bought so much young talent. Mahrez got the headlines this summer, but the rest of their spending was on young players. The kid they got from PSG, Claudio Gomez, is only 18, but I'm told he's not just for the future, but actually now. And he's good, believe me. It's not just City. Liverpool have done the same if you look at their profile, and Tottenham have been doing it for years. With their net spending putting United's transfer policy since Ferguson left into stark context. But back to Mourinho. He inherited some fine young talent, and now he has to try and develop it, instead of signing players to replace it. You look at the examples of both Pogba and Martial, and it is clear all was not right there. I think the evidence suggests Mourinho wanted to bring Per Isaac in, so his criticism of Martial is easy to understand in that context. I don't know what was going on with Pogba last season, but it is absolutely clear that Mourinho has been told by the board there is no way he or any of the younger players will be sold, and it's time to work with them. Making Pogba captain shows the manager at least has got that message. Now we will see when he can actually manage them, to get the best out of them. This is not me bashing him. People always say he spent money, but look at what he has won and achieved throughout his career. That shows he's got something special about him. Now it's time to prove that to his critics. He can't just bring in instant fixes, so he has to manage the players he's got, and take them to a different level. Again, the likes of Guardiola, Pochettino and Klopp have done that. Now it's his turn. We didn't need the World Cup to know how good Pogba can be, and maybe against Leicester, his impressive performance showed Mourinho that backing him, and encouraging him, can pay dividends. Martial could be in the same bracket too. He looked like the future of a brilliant France team only a couple of years ago, and the talent is still there. It just needs bringing out. The same with Shaw, Bailey, Rashford and Lingard even. I don't think Mourinho is going to change his ways. His dig at the board after the Leicester game told you that, and I don't think he'll change his tactics too much, because he'll still want to close games down, and close them out, especially against the better teams. Again, the game on Friday told you that. But he has been a top-class manager, and now it is time to remind people of that. For once, there can be no criticism of buying your way to the title. He has a good team, with depth in his squad and outstanding players like Pogba. He needs to work with it. He said after the Leicester game it is time to get on with it, and that's right. Time to prove to people once and for all, Jose, that you've still got it.